good morning, and good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Rise and Slay Morning Show. My name is Rochelle Slay Queen Hemingway, CEO and founder of Slay to Success. I advise and empower women professionals in public service, especially women veterans, to step up into their most authentic personal brand to gain lucrative opportunities. And we're not only gaining, we are attracting. We are not chasing anything down. And we're doing this by focusing on appearance, behaviors, communication skills, and our digital presence. Now, where do we start from, y'all? We start from Slay. All right. Slay is the foundation of what we do here in this space. And slay means to kill it, to dominate it, and to nail it, to be on point, to impress greatly, to dream big and work hard until you own it. It is also an acronym that stands for Universal Life and Leadership Philosophies that really resonate with me the most. And that is stay ready to be ready, lead out loud, a sense of community, and you are built to last. So if you are here with me this morning, first of all, thank you for being here because you could have been anywhere else. There's so many things that are going on. So thank you so much. And please let me know where you're tuning in from. Give me your name. It's okay. You can put yourself out there. That's what I do here in this space. I help women to put themselves out wherever they want. I help them to stand out boldly. All right. With the confidence that you need to sustain it. Now, where is this all coming from, y'all? Well, uh, it is a long story, but I'm going to give you the short version because I think it's important that you understand how I am operating in this life right now. This is my next chapter. Good morning, Queen. How you doing? Hopefully you had a good night's rest and you're getting up at it. And so, Chevy and I, we check on each other every day. And this is an opportunity for us to keep ourselves accountable. All right. So this morning, I did do my workout. I did a 5-mile run, y'all. And I'm telling you, as you get older, you have to find the right strategies to keep you going. And for me, it was like run, walk, run, walk, run, walk. So I did that for 60 minutes and I covered down a 5-mile run. And I feel absolutely amazing. That's why I dressed just the way that I'm dressed, because I'm like, I don't want to save things for later. How do I feel in the moment right now? And who am I becoming in this next? So today, y'all, we're going to talk about how evolution is a choice. Now, I'm a professional keynote speaker, a personal brand expert, certified image consultant, author of 4 books, but most importantly, I'm a proud United States Air Force veteran of 30 years. So, as I am talking through this topic today, know and understand a lot of this is from my transition from the military and how I decided to show up differently. Yes, that's right. 20-minute core workout, right? Because we have to keep these bodies in shape, stay fit. All right, because we have a lot of dreams, goals, and aspirations that we're getting after. And you can't do that by not feeling well. All right. And so we do have to maintain our mobility and our health because our health is our wealth. So I'm so happy that you were able to get a workout in because it's so important. And in our world, in this world here, that's what we're doing. Okay. But I want to just share with you about how evolution is a choice. All right. So I'm just going to share just a little bit. I know I have like stories on top of stories, but I want to share just a little bit about my transition. Now, again, I served 30 years in the United States Air Force. And as I put on each rank, I realized that I was evolving just a little bit, but I was still in a structured system. All right, where we had rules, there's policies, there's instructions, and so forth. And I had to find my way through that. And I found my way through discipline, through strategy, through commitment to the service. Because if you've done more than 20 years, and 20 years is at the time where you can retire, and more, that's a commitment. That's a full commitment into a career, if you will, that has you going here, there, and everywhere. And at my last role, I realized I was serving and leading thousands of airmen, okay, thousands of airmen all across the world, if you will, on a global scale. And I had mastered it because I wore my uniform with pride. I knew that every stripe that I had earned represented years of hard work, sacrifice, and resilience. All right. So, but when the uniform comes off, especially after serving for that long period of time, I found myself really at a pivotal moment in my life. I could either go into a government job because I was offered one, and I shared that with y'all on my post in LinkedIn. Hey, LinkedIn, Facebook. Hi, Facebook. I shared that because, a lot of times people see what they see. And sometimes people think, oh, she just started doing whatever she's doing, right? Because that's usually what they say. I don't know what's going on with her. I'm like, I'm gonna need you to pay attention, okay? Because there's a lot going on in here. But I could have taken that government job. I could have easily gotten into corporate leadership role, or I could just sit outside on my rocking chair and just watch life pass me by. But I realized if I don't take advantage of the opportunity to really step out and do things differently, I would be living in regret. Not understanding and knowing all of those years prepared me to do what I really want to do in this next. I have lots of knowledge and experience just overflowing. And if you have been in my situation and you've been 20 years or more, you have a lot of knowledge and experience, whether or not you were in the military or in the corporate space, maybe you were an established business owner. We have so much knowledge that we can use. And I did not want to go to waste. I did not want to just sit outside and just think, I'm going to be safe. Okay. I think that's like for me, I did not want to be safe. I wanted to take some risk. I wanted to take a leap of faith. I also started another business, if you will. I was an Arbonne consultant for about a year. And through that process, I realized that I liked the freedom and the flexibility. And I wanted to do more of that, but that wasn't it. That wasn't it. So I turned, okay, into this internalized assessment. Who am I without that uniform? It was the identity piece that I really had to tease out because I was wrapped up in the mission, y'all. I was wrapped up in it. It was all mapped out for me. I didn't even have to think twice about it. I was just going, 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 going. But stepping outside in this civilian world, okay, it forced me to ask some very tough questions. And when I started to answer these tough questions, that's when I realized that there were certain things that were tugging at me while I was in uniform. And I was like, I'm going to start to use that. I'm going to create my path, my own blueprint. I'm going to be a trailblazer. I was a trailblazer when I was in uniform, and I didn't really realize that and towards the end. And so now I'm like, I can do things differently. I can set up my own business. So the first thing that I did was I started, writing my book, and I wrote this first book here, and you can find it on Amazon. And I wrote it because I was challenged, but also I needed to put some things out there first. And when I did that, then I said, you know what? I think I'm going to be a speaker. I want to go and share what I've already know. I love to speak. I love to talk, y'all. I can hold stages. I'm well okay with that. Yes, I'm nervous at the first of it, but then I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm out here, right? And I went and got my motivational speaker certification. Now, that was the first certification of two that I invested in, because these are investments. And when I told some of my family and friends that I was getting my motivational speaking certification, they looked at me like I had 10 heads. It was really crazy, y'all, because they're like, why? Why? Oh, thank you, Chevy. Listen, I'm really excited about my life. I get up in the morning and I am grateful and thankful that I'm able to get to in this next, and that I am being more impactful. I want to have a meaningful life. I didn't want to have a life where I was just forced to do things that I particularly didn't want to do. Now, I'm not saying my career was all bad or anything like that, but there was a lot of structure in the systems that weren't designed for me to succeed in. And so it took extra effort. Okay, there were barriers, there was roadblocks, there was a lot of red tape. And so I had to maneuver through that. And now I'm like, okay, I realized that leadership wasn't defined by my uniform. It was something deeper. It was more powerful and uniquely mine. Slay, when I took on the word slay, I was like, this is going to be my word. And I had no idea that I would turn it into a business. I would write a book about it, that I would share my story on stages, on different stages, either in the military or in the civilian sector, right? Um, yes, she's joining from Alabama. Y'all, if you are here, just let us know where you're streaming in, tuning in, because, you know, these platforms can allow us to reach more people. And that is what I'm doing in this next. All right. I don't want any woman who is within sound of voice of mine to ever think that they are alone and that they can't pursue their dream or their goal. That's just not, we are in a place right now where these things can actually happen and they can come to fruition. So I stepped out of a system, all right, and then I started to dictate my next move, and I chose to evolve. It was a decision that I made, and I'm fully committed to it. I have transformed from my head to my toe, because I wanted Rochelle. I wanted to see who Rochelle really is. I didn't want necessarily people to keep calling me chief. I That was my life, yes, up until 2021. And when I retired, I wanted to rebrand myself. Okay. And that's what I have fully committed to. And I built Slate to success because I know firsthand the struggles with identity after transition. And I saw too many brilliant, capable women, leaders, warriors, change makers, trailblazers, dim their light because they didn't know how to package their expertise and own their presence in the civilian world. Okay. I'm not about to let that happen. So if you come into my space and you know me, I show up fully. Okay. I show up fully as the best version of myself because I'm at the highest level right now. I've always dreamed, okay, of being more. I had always wanted more. When I was in the military, I was like, I want more. Give me more, right? Even though it was a lot, but I felt like I had been born to do the things that I did when I was in the military, even as hard as it was. That's right. Hashtag fully committed. Hey, Karen, welcome to the Rise and Slay Morning Show. I hope all is well. Thank you for being here live with us this morning. So, I'm talking about how evolution is a choice. It is a choice. You either decide that you want to stay comfortable with where you're at or you get uncomfortable. I'm uncomfortable. Okay. I go into places, I show up, differently. And it's a little bit uncomfortable because I don't know what I don't know. In the military, I kind of figured it out. I already kind of knew what was going on. All right. This is a whole new chapter, and it requires me to step out, outside of what's familiar, to challenge the labels that society has placed on me, and to believe in a version of myself that I haven't even met yet. All right. I am on a journey. I don't know where my destination is going to be. I'm just walking in every day, believing, trusting in myself more and more and more about what I can do and how I can bring more smiles to people's faces. All right. To be more committed than ever to make an impact, a difference in this world, because that's what I'm designed to do. A lot of times, what people will say about me is that I inspire them. I get that a lot. I see that on my comments, and I thank y'all for saying that, because that is one of the things that I want people to say about me. It's the perception of ourselves. So when I talk about personal branding, I'm talking about, what do people say about you when you're not in the room, when you leave? All right. Do they remember you? I'm now in the space where I'm like, look, I want to be unforgettable. I want to be unforgettable. I am making a name for myself outside of the uniform. And if you are wanting to do the same thing, you need to go through this process. It is a process. Hey Camille, good morning, Queen, and happy Tuesday. Welcome to the Rise and Slay Morning Show. I hope you're feeling well and you're doing all the things, Queen. I see you, Queen. So keep on slaying. Um, so I just want to get us thinking a little bit more. All right. So here's some questions. Are you choosing evolution? The world is changing as we know it. Are you keeping up, or are you staying ahead of what is happening? Are you stepping into the next version of yourself with confidence? All right. Or are you letting fear, uncertainty, and other people's expectation keep you in a place that no longer serves you? Okay. What is happening? Yes, I love that. I love that for you, Queen. Are you are you living underneath someone's expectations? Again, there's a lot of people that were expecting me to go back into the government space and take a six-figure salary job. And I already knew in my heart that that was not going to be my journey. I have seen it, done it. I've got the t-shirts. I won't say one t-shirt. I got multiple t-shirts. All right. I could have easily fall into that, but deep down inside of me, there was something else calling me to my purpose. And I said, no, I'm going to start talking. I created platforms. I created this show. I created the Slate to Success show. I wrote the books. I'm out here doing workshops. I do workshops in person, and virtually, and this is in my happy place. I feel like I'm reaching the highest level, highest version of myself. So we have to take action if this is what we are wanting to do, right? I'm always, again, listening to what I'm asking my guests. What do you want your family and friends to say about you at your 80th birthday party? All right. Because what we do in the now is setting us up for where that's going to go. So, right now, you have to ask yourself, where do I want to go? Who do I want to become? I am becoming. I love Dr. Michelle Obama. Okay, y'all. I just love her. I see her on her shows, or when she goes out and speaks, and she is owning all of herself. And the way that she is doing it, it is so incredible to watch her. And she's a brand. Okay, she's all full brand. You know what she stands for. She stands for women's empowerment. She also stands for, wellness, health and wellness. And she is doing it with grace, okay, with confidence and conviction. So we have to understand that we must take action to evolve. It's a choice. And I've been using personal branding because it has been a powerful transformation for me. I realized that Slay was part of my brand. So I've been building off the Slay, but not only from the word in itself, but from a visual standpoint. I still work out. Like a lot of times when we, retire from long careers or whatnot, we think, oh, that was back in the day and I'm tired of doing all that. I'm like, no, I'm gonna go out here and slay these workouts. Okay. I'm gonna slay in the way that I'm showing up from my physical appearance. I'm gonna slay in my communication skills. I'm gonna slay in the behaviors that I in my body language. I'm gonna slay on platforms, on my social media platforms. This is the way that I'm wired. Okay. And I'm building up to whatever. All right. Whatever is next for me. So it's not about the final destination. It's about continuous growth. Are you learning? Are you transforming? All right. So we got to take time to really examine our past experiences. We have to understand how we reacted to the challenges and identify these areas for growth. One of my areas of growth right now, and it was again from a discussion that I had with Renee Hudson Jones on my talk show on Sunday night, is to realize that people have taken me, especially my family, my friends, have seen me in a different light. And I can't expect them to change the way that they feel about me, but I can change my approach. All right. So I'm working on that. I'm learning to grow into that. Um, and that's really taken me out of my comfort zone. I have sought new challenges and experiences here in the DMV. All right. Again, we never lived here before, but I'm driving here, there, and everywhere with different people having different conversations. And it has allowed me to really think about how my experiences, whether good, bad, or indifferent, how I can now talk through some of the things that I really want to share as well without doing the over, like over talking, over embellishing, over directing, all the things, right? Hey Queen, good morning, Erica. How you doing? You're logging from Orlando, Florida. Now, I know that weather down there is nice. It's 25 degrees out here, but my sister also lives in Florida and she was telling me it was in the 80s and she was in the swimming pool yesterday. So I'm a little jelly when it comes to, folks that are down south and especially in areas like Florida. So thank you, Queen, for being here live with us this morning. We're talking about how evolution is a choice. And personal branding is a tool that can help you through your evolution. And so I've had to really embrace discomfort and I've set some very ambitious goals for myself. And I have to have that daily habits to achieve them. No longer are my daily habits like I did when I was in uniform. They have changed significantly. One of those things, I do not wake up at 4:30 in the morning. Okay. My alarm clock, I don't have one anymore. I wake up when I am rested, and usually that's between 7 and 7:30 because I go to bed about 10 o'clock. And I feel refreshed. I feel great. I get my workout in. I don't come onto the show until 10 o'clock. I don't try to do anything before 10. I know for me that my energy level has to be at a certain point. So we have to make decisions for ourselves. What are our daily habits? I'm eating better. All right. I'm listening to my body. I still have high blood pressure. I've had high blood pressure. I was diagnosed in 1997. And so I understand I need to take better care of myself in this next chapter if I'm pursuing some different things that I didn't get a chance to while I was in uniform. And I am surrounding myself with like minded people. Okay. Now I have a high vibration. All right. I already know that I have high vibrational energy. What does that mean? I like to talk about the future and what's to behold of it. I like to be very high level, like the small talk, the minutiae, if you will. I don't know. I don't get down with that like that. you know, you said me too. Nothing before 7:30 unless my body tells me otherwise. Absolutely. You know, and this is a choice. We're choosing to evolve differently than what we were before and allowing ourselves to really find out who we want to become in this next. I've also had to practice some vulnerability. I've shared again a little bit more details. I've gotten a little bit deeper on my stories because I want people to see me outside of that, right? We have to, yes, we do. We have to put ourselves first, very high energy, right? And I had always heard, putting ourselves first is selfish. And I'm thinking, well, how are we able to serve and impact others, especially if we're in mission driven businesses or missions? We have to have high frequency, high energy. Yes, let's uplift humanity together. Absolutely. You know, this is this is not for everyone. I'm just going to say that out loud and outright. This is not for everybody. All right? A lot of people don't want to do what we are doing, right? Is to help others to their goals, to their dreams. So, here are some things that happened for me that I realized towards the end of my career and then going and transitioning out. Here are some things that I was feeling. I was feeling stuck in the repetitive patterns of the daily grind over and over again without any growth. I didn't see myself really evolving the last 3 to 5 years of my career. All right. And then when I retired, like the first 6 months, I was like, something's got to give here. That's why I enrolled into my master's degree program in strategic leadership. Because I was like, I need to be doing something different. I need to challenge my thought processes. I need to be doing something, right? Um, I was shying away from new experience as I was walking around in my neighborhood for like 6 months, y'all. I wasn't going anywhere. I had a lot of emotional baggage, my mental capacity, where I just needed to walk outside and just talk to myself. I know, I swear that I was probably talking to myself out loud, and neighbors were probably like, what is happening? I see her every day, like walking the same path. I had to get myself out of this fog. I was in a fog. And I was not putting myself out there because I was really scared to even drive out here. All right. So I had some numbing feelings. All right. I was avoiding some emotional experiences that I had. I had compartmentalized a lot of things. Um, I was holding on to past events, even after I wrote the book. I was still reliving, rewinding conversations that I had with individuals, and I was hiding behind, those particular things. And I was like, this is hindering me from growing and evolving. And I had this constant, like feelings in my head. Um, and I was not doing anything that was meaningful at that time. So that's when I said, okay, I'm going to get an image consultant certification. That was the first thing, y'all. So I got, my motivational speaker certification. Then I enrolled in my master's degree. Um, and then I said, this image consultant thing, like I love to dress up, fashion. And I heard about the certification. So I said, why not? And that's when I really started to learning more and more and more about personal branding. And I was like, I have a start for personal branding. Now I use it as a tool and it allows me to show up as my most authentic self. Okay. And my growth journey has been remarkable. So I am my truest self. When you see me, it's aligning with my values and with my purpose that I have right now. I have continuous self improvement, um, uh, self worth, and I'm really having this intentional growth spurt. it's so it's so crazy. I have learned so much over the past 4 years that I didn't think that I could do that, especially as I have grown older. And I have really built trust and influence in different ways with different communities. And they were just bringing me in. So when you see me out here and you're like, oh my goodness, she's speaking here, she's speaking there, she's going here, she's going there, that's because I have built my brand and it's strong. And now because I live it, this is who I am truly at my core. And it's different, it's uniquely mine. I don't have to copy anybody. I'm using my own blueprint, and now I get to help other women to do the same thing. I'm like, this life right now that I'm living, I'm just saying, it is so good for me. It's most fitting for me. And so think about folks that have a strong, memorable brand, and they have evolved. They have evolved. Oprah Winfrey, okay? Now she started out as a talk show host, right? Now she is like she got a whole network. I watched movies on her own channel all the time, and reality shows every now and again. And she has a Sunday soul day or whatnot where she brings in guests. And she created a whole network. She has a book club. All right, she's got her top favorite things that people buy all the time, when she's recommending for Christmas and so forth. And she has a leadership academy. Look at Dwayne Wayne. All right. He was a WWE star, and now he is a business mogul. Okay. Because his brand has evolved over time. Like I said, Dr. Michelle Obama. All right. She was the she was, first of all, okay, she was an attorney lawyer. Okay. Then she became the first lady. And now, I mean, she's still the first lady in my world. She's still the first lady. Okay. And now she is also a global thought leader. And she is speaking all across the world, sharing information from her books that she's written. And even Rihanna, like Rihanna, I don't care what anybody say. I know she all in the news and there's a lot going on with her and her family, but she evolved from being the star to now she's a business mogul. I was just up in Sephora and I was like, girl, you got Fenty, you got Savage in here. What's happening here, right? So we too can evolve in our own way. It just has to be a choice. You have to make a decision where you're at right now and where do you want to be, and what are the steps that you're willing to take to get there. All right, it is a journey, it is a process. I have my women that come to me who are seeking to do the same things that I'm doing. We go through 6 sessions, all right, and we're breaking it out, and we're just sharing, how what's this plan that you're going to build for yourself, and now it's time to take action to get to where you want to be. So I know, y'all, that this has been a lot, okay, and it's ran over a little bit longer than I wanted to, but I want to make sure that we are looking at how we can achieve a better version of ourselves. All right. And it is a choice. You can either go down one path and know that it's familiar and then you know what to expect of it and there's going to be comfort, or you can go down another path and go, you know what? I'm just going to take a chance. I'm going to take a risk right now and I'm going to see where this leads me. Again, I don't know where I'm going, y'all, but I know right now that I am in such a place of growth. I want to learn more, be more, do more, impact more. And so I know you want to do the same. So thank you, ladies, for being here live with me this morning. We had Chevy and Karen and Camille and Erica. Thank you so much, ladies, for being here with me live. Now, if folks come back for the replay, listen. You can listen to this episode and then you can go to my YouTube channel, okay, Slay to Success, where there is a lot of other videos. Okay, there's a lot of videos being loaded onto that platform, but they are only for the folks that get me. Okay. A lot of times people are like, I don't know what she's talking about. Well, I'm your personal brand strategist, expert. I'm your image consultant. All right. I'm helping women to really find out where they want to go and who they want to become. And I speak a lot. I'm out doing a lot of events and present for a lot of different communities. So you're welcome. You're absolutely welcome. And thank you so much, Chevy. So keep on slaying, queens, okay? Because I know the queens came on here. Now, for my men that come here, listen, love on you too, all right? But you know where my heart is. You know where my heart is. So keep on slaying until you can't slay no more. Okay, Erica's got one before we leave out of here this morning. She says exactly, don't be afraid of failing. Learning to work with our emotions, not against them. It's about the excitement of the journey. I enjoyed speaking with like-minded group. Thank you, everyone. And thank you, Rochelle, for bringing us together. Absolutely. It's been my pleasure. This is what we're doing. All right. I'm building a community. This is Slay Nation. All right. I already know like Slay Nation has got a lot of powerful powerhouses that come to this space who just need to be lifted up, inspired, because we're pouring out ourselves to everyone else. So who's pouring into you? And so I have enough. All right. I have enough to keep y'all going and to keep you chasing, not chasing, sorry, we're not chasing, attracting the right opportunities for with the right people and for the right reasons. Okay, with none of this, we got to take anything. We're doing it differently and we're using personal branding as our tool to get there. Okay, y'all. Thank y'all for being here and listening in, and I will see you all very, very soon. If you want to follow me, I will be back here on the Slate to Success Talk Show on Sunday night at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Well, I have a guest who is living their life on their own terms, or you can come back next Tuesday at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time here for the Rise and Slay Show, or you can follow me on LinkedIn, Facebook, IG, and my YouTube channel. All right. So I'll talk to you all very soon. Bye. Love y'all.